Hello my friends, this is Dr. Mariusz Mączek and tips on violin playing. Today I'd like to talk about etude number 10 and by for Kreutzer. This is a very nice etude, kind of arpeggios all the way through. And I have found out that this etude actually works on one aspect of the left and of course the arpeggios, but on the right hand it's about this movement of changing the strings gradually, not suddenly, like you play, let's say, E, A, D, G, and changing them from the highest to the lowest, and then it's a big jump, from the lower string to the higher. So this etude, in a way, also is interesting to practice when you, for example, you play the whole bow. And then whole bow again. And whole bow again. Whole bow again. Whole bow. So it's also good to, for example, here to practice certain bowing that actually is suitable to this. It's like between martele and détaché. It's not exactly martele like this, or not the détaché, but sort of like in between. So it goes like. So this bowing is, you can use it, the bow, a lot in Bach music, in sonatas and partitas, for example, for violin solo. There's a lot of this kind of bowing. So it also is good to practice this on this etude. Of course, you can practice also, like a spiccato. So it's also possible, to play legato, staccato, any bowing you need to work on. But I think here, when we're, every etude is a little bit for a different bowing. So here it's this bowing. So it's in a way like a gentle martele, like portato more or less. So here also this etude is excellent also for putting the elbow on the right spot, because we're talking about the wrist, the fingers, but the elbow is also very important to in our playing, because it makes those kind of, when we are here on a G string, is the elbow should be like this more or less, and then D. So in a way, the wrist is the first who changes, but the elbow should follow. Very often, and also it's in my playing, my elbow goes too high, because I get stressed out and I want to, and I don't exactly know which string I'm gonna play, because let's say the piece it's not 100% ready. There's a bit stressed, so it's kind of easier to go with the higher elbow, and then I can kind of manage to play it. But it's a wrong bowing. It's a wrong way of holding. So you need to, the elbow should be held a little bit like not too low, not too high. This golden rule, right? Not too much in any direction, but but it needs to support this drop of the wrist. So when I have a violin like this drop needs to be also made sure that the drop is the drop is truly well established. So because when the elbow is too high, when I play D, you cannot have this drop of the wrist, because the wrist naturally falls down. And when it's too low, it's also not good, because it just that this is not also very comfortable to play. So it has to be somehow in between. So and then A, and then this Kreutzer genius, he wanted us to play in a way like this. So gradually, you see, big jump. So the elbow, it's naturally should kind of fall down to the right. So play once and then twice. Once on E string, twice on twice, twice. So, and then I found out also it's good to also do this closer to the frog. So here it's more, the wrist works here, but the elbow kind of follows. That's an important also issue, that it's not the elbow who goes first, but the wrist goes first. It changes, and then the elbow follows. Because if the elbow goes fast, it's not natural. And also you can find this kind of playing in many people, let's say in let's say the English studies, or with some teachers kind of maybe misunderstood something, or the teachers didn't pay enough attention to some things. But I mean, the bottom line is that wherever you are playing, whatever school you are from, it needs to be comfortable, and you need to know what's going on with your body, how you approach this. So it's useful actually to watch yourself, videotaping yourself or audio taping yourself, seeing what exactly you're doing, because I'm telling you, we don't know exactly what we're doing when we're playing. It's actually, there's so much things going on. So many things are simply missing from our conscious. So when you're looking at the video, yourself playing, you're kind of looking at another person. It's not you anymore. In a way, you can actually distance yourself and see, okay, this I like, this and I don't like. And this is, of course, is painful, because usually we are surprised that the things do not go as we have thought, in our minds. But that's the way, of protection. Our brain is protecting us from, from too much criticism, or just make sure that we feel good, about ourselves. It's just it's fine. That's the way it is. But here, coming back to the tune number 10, it's this gradual. So now, again, the gravitation is here very important, because we feel the gravity like this. So I feel the fall of the bow goes down, and I go. So, and then the inertia as well. So. So there's many ways of practicing this. So the key issues here to make sure that you understand this the principle of this. So it's also useful actually to put the many fingers down as possible. So when I play G already, and I'm putting already 2 fingers, G and B. And then, because it's like a the bottom of our hand, so and then G, and then again, you see, putting also G, everything. So also, the first line, the first two measures, it's a G major, right? It's a G B D. So always show the tonic. G. So you see. So this is, you know, the first time in Kreutzer, I mean, etude number 10, we have those big jumps with changing of the position. Because we are, let's say, we're here in the first position, and then we are in the third position, you know. And I remember I was always struggling with this when I was a kid, you know, was a youngster, how to do it. But then, you know, Vladimir Landsman in Montreal, he showed me how to do it, and I was like, wow, this is the way of, you know, so easy to do it. So in a way, I'm gonna surprise you here, but this is what he told me, and actually he was showing me, and it actually works. You're changing position with the right hand. What does it mean? I mean, it's like the movement of the right hand gives you this kind of a wheel that you kind of jump on it. So when I go like this, because that's what I do in the right hand, I play G and I play E. So I need to, you see, I'm not doing like this and like this, but I'm doing like really in one movement, boom, like this, yum. So again, this circle, right? So I go here, and you see on this movement of the right hand, I kind of put also a movement of the left hand. So I go. So in a way, this movement is kind of first, but then this movement of the fingers kind of goes a bit later, but then arrives earlier. So in a way. You see, like, and I'm telling you, it feels really good to do that. I mean, it's, you can feel it that when you're doing it, it's like, wow, you know, it's so natural. It's so like, you know, gravitationally, you know, spiritually, even like a bit like aikido. You know, I know this martial arts coming from Japan. You know, they are famous aikido of this round movements, or tai chi, or I don't know what you can call it, but you know, in a way, it's like you breathe even with this. So when you go like this, you see another bar number 3. When you go A, and here you see again, I'm in the first position, and then my movement here, you know, the movement of the right hand kind of follows, you know, this movement of, you know, of music, and then of the gravitation, you know, and this kind of minimum movement as well. So because I was taught when I was a kid, you know, to let's say Stanislaw Hajzer, my first teacher, he would say, do it like this, do it, and then stop, kind of jump, kind of stop. You know, that's the energy that kind of, you stop the energy, cut the flow of energy. But you know, the music it's a flow, right? So if you want to feel that this is the flow, then it's much easier and kind of much more natural to make this flow. So I think for today is enough. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something, discover your own way, and enjoy playing music. Bye bye. Take care.